Hey guys, what is up? It is Wednesday night. It's your boy T Long, the man, the myth, the legend, aka Tyler Long, and we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna just talk about the new Tanner Fox wheels that are dropping. There's gonna be 5,000 pairs. So lucky if Tanner Fox signs up off on it, there's gonna be Tanner Fox wheels coming out pretty soon. So if you want those, make sure you pre-order them because they're gonna be coming quick. There's millions of Tanner Fox fans and only 5,000 pairs of his wheels coming out. More will come out in the future, but tomorrow, basically, we're gonna be talking about this bad boy, or bad girl actually, and what to do to your scooter to keep it looking clean, keep it working good, maintenance tricks, and what I do for maintenance, and what you should do for maintenance to keep your scooting ring top notch. So, yeah, we're gonna do everything from taking grips off and taking bar ends out and all that stuff, and doing clamp stuff, and doing wheel stuff, and bearing stuff, and headset stuff, and deck stuff, and grip tape stuff, and brake stuff. I'm gonna try to make this video not like an hour, but we'll see. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's up, guys? We're back. We're gonna be doing this fixing video. Basically, it's gonna be everything. We are going to kind of figure out, like, I'm gonna show you all the tips and tricks I know on how to work on a scooter, and we're also gonna do how to take care of your bearings. Okay, so first we'll get right into it. Okay, we're back. Basically, I think I'm pretty lucky my dog didn't eat this scooter last night because he's a pit bull, and that would suck. That would really suck. So anyways, I rode it some. I really liked it. I really like it. The guys at Evolve said it's going to take 2 weeks to get used to such a bigger deck. It's 2 inches longer and 0.4 inches wider. I was doing the same exact stuff I do, except easier. I was doing it so on this as I would on my Colt, which is like my old scooter. If anybody wants that stuff, I got it. I got a headset, I got a deck, 19 by 4.5, and bars, which are 22 high by 19 wide. So we're gonna start off on the bars and grips. To get grips off, use an air gun. Put an air gun in here and blow them off. And you can put an air gun in there, and then pull them off. It's really simple. Makes it really, really easy. Next thing is grips. If you do not have an air gun but your grips are inside out, you pull them off and they're completely inside out. Slide them back on inside out. Go about an inch past right here, and then unroll them back, and then they'll be completely normal, and then you can just slide them back on, and they're good. Okay, so next thing basically is clamp. If your clamp won't come off, this is basically the only trick you really need for clamps. If your clamp won't come off, you know, the bars, this is SES, so the bars are connected right here and right here, these two. So maybe take both these out, get like 2/4, put the screws in the other direction, put 2/4 in that slot, and start tightening, and it'll open up your clamp. It'll start breaking it open. Make sure these 2 screws are out, otherwise something's gonna happen that's not good. It might hurt your threads in here, your screw, or your tool, or your clamp, or your quarter. So make sure, yeah, you do that. So the next thing that we're gonna be doing, this is to keep your headset running fast. This is also to, yeah, we'll do this. So to keep your headset running fast, basically what I do is I use this black grease stuff I use on RC cars. I do like 3 dots on top right here before I put the headset bearing on. 3 dots of grease. That's gonna help it, really help it. And I do 2 dots on the inside of the deck here where the bearing goes, and then I'll do 2 dots on the fork. So that really helps. It's not huge, like the dots doesn't change that much, but you want to do like 3 dots. So next thing we'll do is when I clean it, I get a paper towel, I get some of rubbing alcohol, like this stuff, right? And get this stuff on a paper towel and clean the shit out of it, and it cleans it, gets dirt, dust, oil from your hands, oil from chips, whatever, off of your bars and deck. It also helps just clean it. I do that onto my rims and like right here. I also do it on my brake and on the sides of my deck, on the bottom of my deck, on my bars, on the neck of my deck, and the front of my deck, on my clamp, my fork, on here on the wheels and on the sides. It doesn't change how they grip at all. I don't do them on my grips or grip tape. There's no point. They're just gonna get dirty. Yeah, your feet are on the grip tape. As long as you don't wear muddy shoes or spill something on your grip tape, it should be fine. It's gonna get dirty though. Your grips, no point in really cleaning them because your hands are gonna be on them, and I don't know. I just don't go through that hassle. So the thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna go over. Well, the next trick we have is probably wheel trick. So my wheels, I love my wheels. These, if you have a piece that chips out, and you could have that piece still, put a dot of super glue and then put that piece back. And that should work. If it's just like a peel off piece, put the piece back down, and in that crease, put a small line of super glue, let it dry, maybe overnight, and I'll fix it. If you have a piece that's peeling off, maybe put a dot in and then push it on, and then maybe do a small crease around it, and then let it dry. Just don't do a ton, otherwise it's gonna make a slippery spot on your wheel. Okay, and then once you do like 10 minutes on your scooter, it's gonna break in that dry super glue to be, it's not super sticky, but you know, decently sticky. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to get bearings in and out so you don't have to pay the fee to do that. Because at this indoor skate park I go to, it's $15 for them to do bearing changes in your wheels, and I did them in 15 minutes with my buddy. So we're gonna do that. I'll show you. We're not gonna do it. I'm gonna show you how it's done though. I'm also gonna clean my bearings, my wheel bearings out, and I'm gonna show you guys what you should use and how to do that and how much to use and everything with that. So I'm gonna take off the wheels and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I got my scooter apart. Something I want to show you guys because I've never seen these before. You probably seen them. They're these new rear spacers. So the spacers I used to have were a little trickier than this. They went into here and they would just sit right here. The axle would go through, you put the wheel in, and then you put the next one in. And they're kind of tricky to fall in place. These, on the other hand, are sweet because you can put them in like this, and they sit like that. So that way, you can put this side in, put your axle in, put your axle, drop your wheel in, and put your axle all the way through, instead of having to drop it one down and hoping that it meets up with the axle. A lot easier way there, although this hole is wider. So anyways, these are the new bearings. You can see they still say flash floods on them. I'm gonna just clean them up and make them work really good. So the stuff I'm gonna use first is paper towel. So on here, basically just kind of clean them off. So just work around the bearing. Or I'll use like a towel. I have these bunch of yellow Kirkland towels you get from Costco. This time around I just decided to use paper towels. So next thing you're gonna do is get this stuff. 3-in-1 oil, lubricates, cleans, and prevents rust. So it's really good. I don't use grease in my wheels or on my axles because it attracts dirt. A lot of people say they use WD-40 for bearings. It's not the thing to use. It's gonna rust out your bearings and it's not gonna keep them working very well. So use this stuff. So kind of go around your bearing like this. So you've got a layer all the way around it. And then make sure it's still in the bearing and just kind of spin it. You go like this. So it kind of sinks into the bearing. And we'll go like this. Make sure when you brake in this oil, you spin your wheel both directions. It's going to get it fully in. Once you've done that some, that's about all the time we'll do. I don't spend like 10 minutes doing it just because it's just not worth it. So then we'll just clean it off and I'm done with that side, flip it over. Same thing. Normally I go like this. I want to show you guys a trick. So to take out bearings, I use this. This is a 5mm 90-degree Allen key. You want to put it through here, push over the spacer and knock on the other side's bearing and push this bearing out this way, this bearing out this way. For some reason people think this bearing, you can just push it like this and it's going to come through this way. No. This bearing has to come out this way and this bearing has to come out this way. And then the spacer will come out any direction you take it out, depending on the first bearing you take out. I'm not going to mess up my spacer because my spacer is perfect in line, but basically you break it in like this, move the spacer over, knock on that bearing, get a piece like this, lean this up, have this going straight up, hit it with a hammer, and then kind of just work around till that bearing plops out. It's a long, hard process. Next thing you want to do, once you've got those bearings out, is you want to get your new bearings. Put your bearing in, get a quarter, put it on top of the bearing, and then lightly hammer it in. If you find one side's going down and one side's still up a little, kind of move the quarter over to that side that's up and kind of knock on it a couple times. Try to get that completely flat. You're going to have to hit it pretty hard for it to go all the way in. So then once you got it going in and it's all the way in and it's flush with the rims of the wheels, then you want to flip it over, put your spacer in nice and perfect, do the same thing on this side, put the bearing on and then the quarter and start hammering. Always what happens is the spacer in there flips on the side, so you need a dental tool. Get your dental tool. It's like a skinny little tool. This is what it is. So basically you're gonna reach in there and kind of turn it back up when it's on the side, and then get those bearings all the way in. You're gonna wiggle it like this. If it wiggles and it's wiggling like this, that means one of your bearings isn't all the way down. You'll be able to tell it's not flush. So yeah, but it's always gonna wiggle like this because there's that space in between the bearings. It's not gonna wiggle like this unless one of the bearings is loose. So then you just put back on your wheel, do it for the next wheel. And yeah, next thing we're gonna get to is the grip tape, and that's important. So that's really important to get like a good grip tape, kind of like this. So I got it just perfect all the way around. Okay, so I get this stuff, rubbing alcohol. Get this, fold it like that. Force it in there. And then I just get it like this. Then you want to basically I just go like this. And then it's gonna get clean. So then we start getting the clamp. The back of the clamp, the front of the clamp. So I'm getting all this. And then start working on the deck. do that around the whole thing, and then I'll do the wheels.